Good morning, students. Today we are going to do types of vibrations. Hanji beta, there are three types of vibrations. First one is free vibrations or natural vibrations. Second one is damped vibrations. And third one is forced vibrations. Now one by one we will discuss. First one is free vibration. From the name it is clear. Free means which are independent, which are not depending on others. The vibrations which occur in the absence of external periodic force. But always remember, these can occur only in vacuum. These can occur only in vacuum. Their amplitude is constant. Their amplitude always remains constant. Hanji beta, you have observed that when you are going to playground and आप झूला झूलते हो, then what happens if to and fro motion is taking place in the same manner, means no change in amplitude is there. आपकी जो to fro motion हो रही है that is same, then it means there are free vibrations, but it is not possible. In the same way you can take the example of a this one simple pendulum also. In vacuum, when we are giving the jerk to a simple pendulum, the bob of a pendulum, it will start moving to both the sides, and if this amplitude is same, then what we will say, this bob is having free vibrations. But this is not possible in practical life. This is possible only when air is not there, when medium is not there. So why this amplitude remain constant? We have to find this answer. Why the amplitude remains constant? This is but a graph, displacement time graph for free vibrations, and when you are going to draw this graph, always keep this amplitude. This is amplitude. This amplitude must be constant. This is positive and this is negative. Now I will explain you. When we are moving from 0 to this position, try to understand from here. This is mean position. This is extreme position. This is also extreme position. Suppose that we have given it a jerk. It will go to that side. Now it means this part is shown from O to A. And when it will come back again up to mean position, it will be at B. Now again from mean to second extreme, now it will cover this part. And again from extreme to mean, again it will come at point C. In this way, one vibration will complete, and this process will continue up to the end until it is vibrating. Now we have to find the reason why the amplitude remains constant. Hanji beta, first one is, I told no air must be there. No air should be there. No air should be there. Then if air is not there, it means no air particles are there. No air particles are there. If no air particles are there, it means no opposing force is there. No opposing force is there. If a force is not there, opposite force is not there, it means no work will be done against that force. Against that force. It means energy will remain conserved. Energy will remain conserved. So, what will happen? Amplitude will remain constant. Then one word is coming, beta, natural frequency. Each body is having natural frequency. What is natural frequency? Natural frequency means number of vibrations made in 1 second. Natural frequency means number of waves or number of vibrations made in 1 second. And each object is having its own natural frequency. हाँ जी बेटा, second category is damped vibrations. Damped vibrations. The periodic vibrations of a body of decreasing amplitude are called damped vibrations. Now beta, if we plot the graph between displacement and time, you see here that continuously the amplitude of the body is decreasing, and at the last here you notice body comes to rest. Again same example is there beta, because if we will talk about the simple pendulum or a swing, you will notice that if no external periodic force is applied, then what will happen? Slowly the one time we will give it a jerk, but after some time you will notice that the amplitude of the body is decreasing, and finally the pendulum or the swing, it will come to rest. So this phenomena is called as known as or called as damping. Now our next question is, why this damping occurs? Why this damping occurs? Why the amplitude start decreasing? But because this occur in air. Vacuum is not there, here air is there. Then what will happen? It means air is there. Then air is there, it means opposing force is there. If opposing force is there, it means some work has to be done against this opposing force. So for doing that work, some energy is needed. And for that beta, if some energy will be used, surely amplitude will start decreasing. Amplitude will start decreasing. Now next is forced vibrations. Forced from the name it is clear. forced vibrations when we are forcing somebody, when we are, जब हम किसी को मजबूर करते हैं किसी काम के लिए, when we are forcing somebody. The vibrations which take place under the influence of some external force are called forced vibrations. Like again same example beta, tuning fork, then suppose that after some time its amplitude start decreasing, again what we are doing, again we are giving it a jerk, and again it will start moving with the same name, means it again that motion will start. For that condition is there, its amplitude depends on the frequency of external force. हाँ जी बेटा, there are 2 points. If the frequency of bob, if the frequency of object, here we are talking about this, so it will act as the object. If the frequency of bob is not equal to the frequency of external force, amplitude will be small. Amplitude will be small. But if the frequency of bob or object will match means will be equal, will match with the frequency of external force, amplitude will be large. Amplitude will be large and it will produce a louder sound. हाँ जी बेटा, our next topic is resonance. Resonance is the special case of forced vibrations. Then always beta, just now we have discussed that when the natural frequency of the object will match with the frequency of external force, amplitude will be large. Then we will say that resonance will occur. When there will be, that is the condition for resonance. What is condition for resonance? Definition will remain same. It is the special case of forced vibrations. Then afterward you have to write when the natural frequency of the object or body is matching with the frequency of the external force, then it will vibrate with large amplitude and resonance will be there. Now what is condition for resonance? Again same thing is there beta. When the applied force means that force we are applying from outside, means external force, causes forced vibrations. In the body, then the frequency of external force matches with the here you will say natural frequency of the object, then resonance will take place. Now why loud sound is heard beta at resonance? And secondly, the vibrations of large amplitude are called resonant vibrations. Now why loud sound is produced? Why loud sound is produced? Its reason is that beta because large amplitude sends a large amount of energy in the medium. So if large amount of energy medium will get, so loud sound will be sends a large amount of energy in the medium, so loud sound will be produced. After that beta here demonstration is there for the resonance. First one is beta, I will explain you. I am not going to write anything here. You are having two tuning forks of same frequency, then they are mounted onto, these are the sound boxes. Then these sound boxes, they are facing each other. Their open ends are face to face. Then what you have to do? You have to strike one of the tuning forks prongs with the rubber pad. And what you will notice? You will notice that after some time, this tuning fork will also start vibrating. Two tuning forks of same frequency are there, which are mounted on two sound boxes. That sound boxes open ends are facing each other. Then you have to strike the prongs of one of the tuning fork with the hard rubber pad and it will start vibrating. Its vibrations will move from this sound box to this sound box, and when the frequency of these vibrations beta, it will match with the frequency of this tuning fork, you will notice that it will also produce louder sound. Then second one is beta, second experiment is there. You are having four bobs are there, similar bobs are there, but their length is different. Two are having same length and one is a shorter one, another one is a longer one. All these four bobs are suspended from this rigid support. With the rubber string they are attached. This unequal lengths, one shorter one and one longer one, you have to suspend on either side of this same lengths bobs or pendulums. What do we have to do now? We have to give jerk to A. We will notice that all the four pendulums will start vibrating. Now beta this C, because its length is short, so its frequency will be more than that of A or B. A and B are having same length, so their frequencies will be same. A and B, they are having same frequency. C is a shorter one, its frequency will be more than that of this one. Now D is having more length, so its frequency will be lower. Will be lower than that of A or B. हाँ जी बेटा, when we have given jerk to A, we notice that all the four pendulums will start moving. Now this C and D, because their frequencies are not matching with A or B or with each other, they will come under the category of forced vibrations, because this pendulum has forced this C and D to vibrate. They will be under the influence of forced vibrations. A and B, because they are having same length, they will be having same frequencies, their frequencies will match, so they will come under the category of resonance, or they will exhibit resonant vibrations. And one time beta, one thing you will notice that when its amplitude is maximum, its amplitude will be least. And when B is moving with the maximum amplitude, A's amplitude will be least. Why this happens? Because they are undergoing resonance, so some exchange of energy will be there between A or B.